Deep web surfers of Reddit, what is the most fucked up thing you have seen of the deep web? You may be surprised that some of it can already be found on Reddit. Go through 50 to 50 and you will find plenty of mutilated corpses. That being said, searching with Tor is the same as any other browser. You can still get to any website you already go to. The most notable one you can't normally reach would be Silk Road 3.0. That's pretty much the black market Walmart. Arms, drugs, fake kids, and very inefficient hitmen can all be bought there. Hitmen from Silk Road demonstrate very low success rates and are often caught. They also ask for very low prices, about 20k is typical, and often won't even attempt to kill the target. Well, this one gave me nightmares for a while, but has since desensitized me. I saw a guy get doused in some sort of caustic chemical while strapped to a plank of some kind. The video time lapsed to show people in masks tossing cups of the stuff onto the guy, the material slowly stripping and burning his flesh. It was horrifying. By the time the video had ended, this guy was still alive, pleading for it to stop, until they shot him, one round straight to the skull, and the video ended. I had nightmares for weeks about it, because my idiot 14 years old ass, at the time, couldn't resist a video titled in Arabic. The deep web doesn't work like that. It's not like you log in, and websites full of drugs and kiddie porn start popping up all over the place. You would have to actively search those things out. I have seen more freaked up stuff on Reddit before they banned Watch PR than I've ever seen on the deep web. Just reading about Peter Scully on Wikipedia is more horrifying than anything you'll see on the deep web. A mother is selling porn videos for a quest with her really underage daughters. One is around 14, the other is around 8, not sure though. It might be fake, because they actually advertised it with their face and all, like a proper ad. But they advertise that they can do any crazy sexual thing for a quest. Basically no limits, and even do meet up if you pay extra. Of course it's all for Bitcoin. I hope it's fake, or if it isn't, then I really hope the children were taken from the mother and the mother was locked away. Making your own underage daughter a sex slave is, I think, the most disgusting / disturbing things ever. Sure, mutilated bodies are not a nice thing to see as well, but that feels a lot less wrong to me. Tor always messed with my PC after I installed it, so I stopped going years ago, but in my experience, from 2011 to 2012, 1. People claiming to be selling slaves. You could buy them by the shipping container. 2. PayPal account login bundles, 200th number bundles. 3. Silk Road. 4. Tons of porn exchanges, Yape being one of the biggest. However, the most freaked up thing on their IMO was Lalita City. For those that do not know, it was a huge child porn site, and it wasn't difficult to find either. It was on the hidden wiki forever. One day I clicked on it, because I thought no way that's actually what it claims it is, and sure as shit it was. Noped out as soon as the home screen loaded. Anonymous hacked it and uploaded all of the user's info into Pastabin in 2013. I saw somebody selling an autistic child with the title of "Autistic Cum Bucket for Sale, Doesn't Eat Much." Something along those lines. I told myself that night that the deep web isn't something 15-year-olds should be perusing around. Wish I would forgot that within the year I've been off of it. Saw a video of a toddler playing on a playground. Nothing seemed off about the video, except that it seemed like it was taken from a fair distance away. I didn't really know what I was watching, but continued watching anyway out of curiosity. Anyway, after a while the video suddenly cut to darkness, and for a second I thought it was over, but I looked down at the loading bar, and it showed like a minute still left on the video. After a couple of seconds I heard the faint sound of a child crying in the background, and slowly I could start to make out more details in the grainy video. It looked like it was filmed in some dark, dimly lit basement. At this point I was completely freaked out, and I was terrified, but curiosity got the best of me, and so I kept watching. What I ended up seeing haunts me to this day. Whoever was behind the camera was walking slowly toward the source of the light, and as he got closer and closer I saw what seemed like a small object seated on top of a wooden chair. I leaned in closer to the monitor to try to see what it was exactly, and it was then that I realized it was actually the toddler I that had seen playing on the playground earlier, except he was completely mutilated. He was missing his hands and feet and there was blood dripping down the chair. I just completely lost it at that point and exited the website before the video finished. I could hardly sleep that evening. I was so traumatized. I had heard there was some messed up stuff on the dark web, but never would I have thought anyone could possibly be so evil. It shook me to the core. Ended up running to the living room where my parents were and just sat there for like an hour trying to process what I saw. Afterwards I went back upstairs and watched some funny anime to try to clear out the horrible images in my head. Anyway, that's my story. I haven't been back on the dark web since. Someone sent me a link of someone who got murdered, raped after they were murdered, had their leg cut off, and it was used as a fleshlight. It was really freaked up, and I think she got in trouble with the police. Edit. I forgot to say that the guy halfway through the video put a video of Ricardo Millis on his computer. A forum. Jobs were posted and when someone was found to fulfill the contract it was instantly erased with no logs, no reviews. Someone posted requesting someone to hack their student loans as paid. Required payment logs, tracking info, something only a full-blown audit would reveal as fake. $150k in loans and you make it go away for $30k. It was not there a few days later when I went to see what other weird shit people might ask for. A week later I went to look again and the address had changed, while the clear web forum I found that was leaking its address was gone. I guess it was a referral thing only and they saw a big increase in traffic, so they changed addresses and cut ties with lots of accounts. Searched pretty hard for hacking forums as I used to play Uplink as a kid and assumed it had to exist as a legitimate thing nowadays. It did, still might, not sure. Destruction of Daisy. Took me a while to get over that and all I saw was a few pics. I had to investigate a bit because I hoped it wasn't real and it would help clear my head if it were fake, but it turned out to be real. I reported it to the FBI and Interpol, but I don't know what happened with that. So there's this site called Best Gore, and well, I saw a man shove a glass jar in his butt, crap in it, while it was in there, and then the jar broke. There was mixed crap blood everywhere. Probably watching someone get decapitated by a chainsaw. Was not pretty. Really messy. Also it took about 4 or 5 jabs with the chainsaw for him to finally bleed out and die. Looked like he was drowning in his own blood. Man was tied down while this happened. The dude next to him was also tied down, but he got decapitated by what looked like a very rusty blade, used to make the kill slower. Just a sap. Don't buy drugs off their deep/dark/dank web. Use a local dealer. Not only is it disturbing to see what I assume was a child forced to be naked, but then the worry of it showing up on your internet history and investigated. I don't know if that's what child porn actually consists of, or if it's just the innocent kind of pictures of kids that parents have, but either way it's horrible. 2 friends of mine once showed me the same video with some days of distance. A man was chopping off newborn limbs and throwing them into fire, beating them with frying pans. I saw a 10-second video of a woman getting shot in the head up close and personal after saying something I couldn't make out. Doesn't exist. It was in place of some video file I downloaded in about 01. It was quite the shock and I watched it maybe 3 times before convincing myself it was fake and deleting it. I think about it more often. That is probably healthy lol. I've only once been on the deep web a few years ago with a friend of mine who had the browser installed on his PC. We clicked on this Reddit room link I think, and we saw a man hanging. We first didn't know what was going on but after a minute or so we would realize that there was a dead person hanging on a rope. After that we immediately clicked of the link and never went on the deep web again. Everything was fine afterwards. None of us got in trouble or had any trauma, but it was pretty scary and weird. My friend showed me 2 videos, one of a man cutting off his own D and recording it, another of a woman being decapitated in what I think was a forest. I don't even know how or where she got them, and it kinda scared me how casual she was about the videos, since it took me some time to get over seeing them. Not long ago, I was using Tor to go on the dark web just to see what was happening there. I found a website that I think uses something similar to a flower's name in it. I don't remember its name, It was a pedopornographic website. Of course on all of these kind of website you need to log in, what I haven't done, but there was a preview of some pictures of little girls, 5-8, being whipped naked, getting beaten up by adults and a lot of other, that we could qualify of torture. That was pretty shocking, since I did not expect to see that kind of things, and I was pretty young, about 14.